Hi everyone, welcome back to JoanneTechLover. I'm Joanne, and today I'll be covering this Asus PB278Q 27-inch PLS Quad HD LED backlit LCD monitor. So here's a little bit about PLS. It stands for plane-to-line switching. It was developed by Samsung, I believe, in 2010. They have a super PLS too, and it's supposed to supersede the IPS, which is in-plane switching, in that it should be 10% brighter and still have the same high viewing angles of 178 degrees both horizontally and vertically. And now for some specs. Alrighty, so this monitor comes with a 2560 by 1440 resolution. You also get 100% sRGB color reproduction, as well as 16.7 million 8-bit color depth, as well as 16:9 aspect ratio. And for the gamers out there, response time is 5 milliseconds gray to gray. I know a lot of you want the whole 1 millisecond response time, but that's more of the TN monitor area. But 5 milliseconds should be able to play most games very well. And you get a refresh rate of 60 Hertz, which is pretty standard for LCD monitors. Like I said, if you wanted to go up to 120 or 144 Hertz, please go for the TN variety. Alrighty, and also static contrast ratio is 1,000 to 1. Now that's pretty fair. I believe the highest I've seen is 3,000 to 1, but just go ahead and ignore the 80 million to 1. That's just dynamic and doesn't really mean anything. Alrighty, and now last thing is the power consumption. On, it is 60 watts, and on standby, it is 0.5 watts. Here's most of the accessories that come in the box. Of course, the monitor arm and base are not in here because I will show you how to put it together when the time comes. Alrighty, so first of all, I want to go over the warranty guide. So here it is. And you also get a user manual, of course. Now, moving right along to the cables, you do get an HDMI 1.4 cable, as well as a DisplayPort 1.2 cable, and a dual-link DVI-D cable, which is pretty awesome. So you get 3 ways to connect your 2K display. You also get HDCP support, which basically prevents the copying of digital audio and video content as it travels across connections. Haha. Alrighty, but you also get a D-sub connector in case you have an older system that does not support those other connectors. I mean the resolution. And with the D-sub, it drives 1080, and with the other 3 connectors, that's where you get the 2K. Now here is your PC audio cable, and of course your power cable. And last but not least, you have this funky contraption. You must be wondering what it is, but I will show you once I install this onto the arm of the monitor. Well, this is, okay, might as well say it. It's to clean up your cables. So when I opened up the package, the arm was already attached on here, and it was rotated this way. So in case you ever want to repackage yours and you don't know how. Okay, so let's move it back, and that's where you see the pivot comes from. And you can, since this is, VESA mounted 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters, if you want to remove this, if you have your own stand or what have you, or you want a wall mount or whatnot, you can take off these 4 screws right here. So, awesome, awesomes. Alrighty, now I wanted to show you how to install the cable clip. So there are 3 holes here at the top. I can give you a better view in a moment. You just slot it in and slide it down until you hear a click. I did this earlier and it was kind of hard to remove. That's why I'm not gonna, keep it in there for the moment, but you just get the idea. Thread your cables through to clean it up. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and attach the base. Now it's time to attach the base to the arm of the monitor. So first off, I wanna go over some of the stuff that's on the base because it is very relevant. So you get this screw here. You simply screw this piece to the arm once it's hooked in, and it's really simple. What I love about Asus monitor stands is just, put this piece and this piece together. It's like Lego action. Alrighty, and also you see this semi-spinning plate. This is where your swivel action will happen. And you get some smooth rubberized feet on it as to probably not scratch up your desk. And you also get this kind of like cloth, what is this kind of like? It's not Velcro, but it's like a cloth feet right here. And let me go ahead and flip it around to the other side. You'll notice that you get these 2 grooves here. You're going to attach these 2 hooks onto it and then screw it into place. So let me go ahead and do that for you. Alrighty, so first step, hook in, and second step, screw in. Make sure it's tight. And there we have it. Before we take a look at the ports, let's take a look at this guy. This is your Kensington lock slot. And below that, these are your physical buttons to access your menu, such as your quick fit, your splendid settings, as well as your inputs and whatnot. Alrighty, so in this section, we have the power port, and moving to the right, this is your full display port, and next to that is the D-sub port, the dual link DVI-D connector, and you have the HDMI port. So next to that, your PC audio line in, as well as your headphone jack. So here on the neck of the monitor, you'll see some numbers. And what I really like about this is if you ever forget that your monitor is capable of such things, you can height adjust to 120 millimeters, tilt -5 degrees, positive 20, swivel -60, positive 60, and last but not least is rotate or pivot 90 degrees. So you can have this in the vertical orientation, which is pretty freaking sweet. Let's start off with the swivel first. So simply just gently move the screen of your monitor, and there it goes. I'm pretty sure it can do 360 even though it just says 60 degrees, just the way it was made. But we'll keep it here and do the tilt. So we're gonna go ahead and tilt outward. So you can see what that looks like, as well as tilt downward. And the sad monitor makes a comeback. Alright, now moving right along, the height adjust is very simple. Simply just push your monitor, the screen down, and there you have it, and push it back up for the desired height. Now, in order to do the 90-degree portrait mode, you first tilt it all the way out, and then go ahead and swivel it, or pivot it is what I mean. And then we're gonna bring it back around and push it in. I mean, you can tilt it as far as you want. But there you have it, portrait mode. Let's see what these buttons are capable of. I am going to touch the physical button on the right side, and this is your power. And what photo awaits you? Don't worry, you've seen this one before, it's nothing shocking, but it is very nice. Alrighty, now next to that is the input select. Right now we're on HDMI, but you can go to DisplayPort, VGA, or DVI, but of course you're gonna stay on HDMI, otherwise the screen will go blank. Next to that, you have your navigational buttons actually, but one's for brightness, one is for sound. You press the right one for brightness, and then you can use the sound button to adjust the brightness to lower or to higher. I feel 88 is very comfortable for this type of monitor, I mean for this one specifically. Now moving right along to the volume, go ahead and press that, and adjust the volume of the monitor. Now this monitor does come with two 3-watt speakers, and we're going to move on to the menu. This is where you will take a look at some of your settings, your sound, image, color, and even splendid. Press the SA button here to get out of there, and you'll have to press the menu button to get out of these selections. And let's take a look at this button. Now this is your hotkey for your quick fit, and basically what this does is it lets you easily preview photos and documents in their actual sizes without having to print. So I'm just going to give you a sample of what it looks like. So in their actual size, that is pretty cool, is it not? Alrighty, very awesome. Now just press menu to exit out of that. And here's the SA button. Right now we are in standard mode, so these are your presets. But this is sRGB mode, scenery mode, theater mode, and you have user mode. So what's cool about user mode is that you could go ahead and set your own settings. You don't have to follow what they give you in standard and whatnot, and you just have the ability to toggle with more of the functions. Let's take a look at dimensions. So with the stand, it measures 25.3 inches wide, or 642 millimeters, 21.7 inches tall, or 551 millimeters, and 8.6 inches deep, or 218 millimeters, and it weighs 19.4 pounds, or 8.7 kilograms. Of course, with the entire box of shipping, with the all the cables and all that, it's gonna weigh, I believe, 27 pounds, close to that. So I got this 2K video off of Envato.com. It cost like $5, and it wasn't choppy when I saw the preview, but this is a bit choppy. But I just wanted to show you a 2K video, and I also wanted to show you the sound and the brightness. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the sound up all the way. This is the volume at 100%. Okay, but I generally just use speakers. I don't use my monitor as the main, volumes. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn the volume down so you don't hear it because it's just so choppy. Just press menu to exit, and then let's go to brightness. Let's go all the way down, shall we? So this is the darkest, and by the way, we are on standard mode. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it to brightest and show you what it looks like. It's like magic. But there it is, very, very bright. This is how the video appears in split screen because I want to show you in brightest and darkest mode. And now for pros and cons. So what I like about this monitor, I like that it has height adjust, swivel, pivot, and tilt. That is awesome, but for the price, you better freaking have it. I like that it does have very accurate, sharp colors, and it is comparable to the IPS panels. Once again, this is PLS, which is plane to line switching. What else do I like about it? You get multiple inputs, so in case you have a system that does not support display or HDMI, or even VGA or DVI, I mean, you can plug it into like anything, really. It's awesome. And 2K monitors aren't super common right now, so it's just cool to go ahead and review a 2K monitor. And now for the cons. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The swivel of this monitor is ridiculous. So it's like I could put some felt little feet on the bottom of my current monitor and just like swivel and be like, oh look, it swivels. Okay, I'm just, just not used to seeing it, but hey, some of you might like it. And also would have liked to see maybe a thinner just depth of the monitor. It's like really thick, but maybe that's because of the VESA mounting, but I have seen thinner monitors with that VESA mounting. And one last thing is the design, it's a little plain. I mean, but for gamers, I'm sure as long as it doesn't look like a circus, you're like, it's good. I just want the specs. I just want to be able to game on it or watch movies or what have you. But for me, I do love the sundial design of the MX79H. So, and like I said, thin, maybe thinner bezel too. But otherwise, I do think it's a pretty decent value. So if I were you, I might pick one of these up. Well, that wraps up this unboxing on this Asus PB278Q 27-inch PLS Quad HD LED backlit LCD monitor. That is always a mouthful. Thank you so much, Asus. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit the like, subscribe buttons, as well as comment. I love to hear what you have to say. And please follow me on social media, JoanneTechLover Facebook fan page, JoanneFoodLover Twitter, and twitch.tv/whaletune, where I game stream weekly with Tim. Also, don't forget to donate so it can help expand this channel and help feed this techie. And I can bring you more of what you want to see and love to see in terms of tech. And one last thing is, please don't forget to visit my Storenvy store, where I sell 8.5 by 11 inch autographed prints. So go ahead and browse and buy 1 or 20, whatever. All right, I guess all that's left to say is mwah, love you much.